Okay, working on my Nissan Murano. Recently I've been having a lot of issues with the engine just pinging, and then when starting up in the morning, when it's a little bit cool out, get some sluggish activity when you're stepping on the gas pedal here. It just hesitates for about 5 minutes or so of operation. After that, when it warms up, seems to idle up properly, and not a whole lot of issues there or after that, except for the leftover pinging. So went online, read a few articles, and everyone seemed to suggest a good place to start was the mass airflow sensor, which is right here. So when taking apart the air filter here, I noticed that my current air filter was pretty damn nasty. So the filter I was running with, as you can see, pretty filthy. So also picked up a new air filter. So we'll do that, plus clean the mass airflow sensor, and we will see what happens here. Mass airflow sensor is typically attached, on the Nissan Murano at least, to the air filter housing here. It actually sits right up on top here, and it has two screws holding it in, plus the connector here that you can see. It's dark out, apologies, but the connector here. So disconnect that, unscrew the two screws, and remove your mass airflow sensor. The can here has some pretty good instructions on it. Actually, we'll let you know about the different cars, and the way to actually clean this out. It even goes through instructions on removing your mass airflow sensor. And as you can see on here, unplug the harnesses, remove the mass airflow sensors, throw a rag down to catch any runoff, and then it talks about with the straw attached, apply 10 to 15 sprays. Chemicals, makes contact with the wires, but you're not supposed to, so don't go touching the wires. And it's referring to inside here. Not sure if the camera will be able to focus this close, but you can see inside there's some wires inside there, and that's I think the sensors that it uses to detect your airflow. So don't touch those. Just use the spray from your can and your straw to clean that out. Again, I'm not a mechanic, never have been, but I've tinkered with cars for quite a long time. So again, we'll put this all back together and we'll see what happens here. Yes, I'm holding the camera with my other hand, so it's a little awkward here. Filter, easy enough. Cover it up. Again, you don't want to pull too hard, you got a wire connected to the top there. And at this point, I might need to use two hands. Okay, I've got the air filter housing back on. See if I can pull some light in a little bit closer. You can see there's 3 brackets there. 1, 2, and back over there 3. Clip the 2 clips. Clip 1, clip 2. And I've attached the hose here. Now I have the opening for the mass airflow sensor. Magnetic lights come in handy. Again, this is Nissan. The hydraulics suck, so use a vice grip to hold your hood up. Ghetto, but it works. And we're gonna replace our mass airflow sensor. If it doesn't fit properly, it's a good chance that you have it backwards. Again, piece right here is where the air goes in, so you want that facing your filter. Screws line up, should be good. So I'm going to have to turn this off while I go screw that in. Okay, I've reinstalled the mass airflow sensor. As you can see, the 2 screws are now in. Now all I have left is to reconnect the electrical outlet here. And you want to pull on it a little bit, make sure it's secure. So we've reconnected that. We've reconnected our hoses, tightened down the screws here to make sure we got a good seal. If you don't have a good seal, you'll know it right away because your engine will sound terrible and may even not start. For example, if the engine was running and I were to remove this hose right now, the car would stall out. So there you have it, and we'll see what happens here. Probably find out tomorrow morning whether or not that clears up our hesitation in the cold mornings, and we'll also play around with it tomorrow morning to find out whether or not our ping situation is resolved with this. But in either case, you'll feel good, you've cleaned your sensor, and you have a new filter. Your car will breathe better, and that's just much better for your engine in general. Start her up and we'll see what happens here. Sounded good to me.